If begging for love actually worked, you wouldn't be here, broken, watching this video, but it doesn't. In fact, it destroys your chances. And today, I'm exposing the 5 brutal reasons why begging for love will always backfire. And get ready, because this one is gonna cut deep. I know the feeling, the hollow chest pain that kicks in after someone you love pulled away, and now your mind is spiraling, trying to, figure out what went wrong. You start texting paragraphs, replaying conversations, even apologizing for things that you didn't even do. All because what? You're hoping that maybe, just maybe, if you show how much you care, they'll come back. But they don't. Instead, they lose more respect for you. Understand that begging for love, it doesn't create love, it kills it. And if you ever found yourself chasing someone's affection, hoping, your desperation would wake them up, then this video is for you. Or if you know anybody that's going through that, please share this video with them. And if you're struggling to move on from someone, I made a 30-day mantra list to help you heal, rebuild your worth, and finally let go. It's deep, it's powerful, and it's free. Just click on the link in the description or the pinned comment and I'll email you the list. But now, let's dive into the 5 reasons why begging for love will always backfire. Let's begin. Reason number 1, begging lowers your value in their eyes. The second you beg for someone to stay, you unconsciously tell them that your value is negotiable. You tell them that their love is worth more than your self-respect. And from that moment on, they stop seeing you as a whole person. Or they see you as someone who's emotionally dependent, someone who, will accept breadcrumbs just to feel wanted. Know that people, they respect what they have to work for. They admire what they have to earn. And the minute that you hand your heart out like it's on sale at Walmart, well, they treat it like it's disposable. Think about it. If someone offers you $1 million painting for, let's say, $5, you don't assume that you got a deal. You assume that something's wrong with the painting. You start looking for the catch. Well, that's what begging does to your worth. You become, the masterpiece that's undervalued because you offer yourself too easily. And in their eyes, your availability becomes weakness instead of strength. But your value never actually changed. Only their perception of it did. And unfortunately, perception drives behavior. You want to know how to be respected? Walk away when you're not valued, because silence speaks louder than begging ever could. Reason number 2, begging creates emotional codependency. You see, you're not begging for love. You're begging for a feeling, a sense of certainty, of connection, of just being needed. And that right there is the root of the problem, because, begging creates a power imbalance where your emotions are tethered to their presence. And when you become so dependent on someone's validation that their absence makes you unravel, then you're living in the withdrawal from the emotional drug that they used to give you. And now you think that if you just love harder, sacrifice more, beg louder, that they'll start pouring it back to you. But they won't, because they've already sensed your dependency and it repels them. See, desperation, it never attracted true love. It only attracted manipulation. Now you're walking on eggshells, adjusting your behavior just to keep them comfortable, to keep them from leaving again. You're slowly losing yourself. You're not becoming a better partner. You're becoming a more like a fragile version of yourself, one that only survives if they choose you back. That's not how God designed relationships. He didn't make you to be someone's emotional puppet. You were made to love out of overflow, not need, out of power, not panic. Love is about 2 whole people choosing each other freely without force or fear. Reason number 3, begging destroys your self-respect. Now, there is no greater betrayal than betraying yourself. When you beg someone to stay, you start doing just that. You start, ignoring the red flags. You override your instincts. You tolerate the bare minimum. You twist your morals into emotional pretzels just to justify their behavior. You start saying, well, maybe they're just going through something. Maybe I was asking for too much. Well, maybe if I change, they'll love me again. No, it's maybe if you loved yourself again, you wouldn't need them. Every time you lower your standards to meet someone else's comfort, you teach yourself that your needs don't matter. You start shrinking so they'll have room to shine. You call it compromise, but it's not. It's surrender. The longer you beg, the louder the voice in your head becomes that says, I'm not enough unless they choose me. Well, that voice is a liar, and you're giving it a microphone every time you betray your standards just to keep someone who already stopped fighting for you. Self-respect is the foundation of every healthy relationship. No one will ever love you more than you love yourself. So what are you teaching them when you beg? You're teaching them that hurting you has no consequences, that abandoning you earns another chance, that they can walk all over your boundaries and they'll still get invited back. Do me a favor, stop that. Reason number 4, begging makes you less attractive. Now, let's talk about attraction, raw psychological attraction. See, confidence is magnetic. Self-worth is irresistible. Someone who knows their value, they don't chase, they attract. So when you start begging, pleading, and panicking for someone to stay, you lose the very energy that made you attractive in the first place. You replace calm with chaos, security with fear, power with desperation, and the person that once admired you now feels suffocated by you. They start seeing you as emotionally unstable, not because you are, but because your begging created that impression. When you beg, you go from being a priority to being a backup plan. And do you want to be someone's fallback or their future, their side option or their soulmate? Let your absence speak for you, because nothing creates respect faster than walking away from what disrespected you, not out of bitterness, but out of self-worth. Reason number 5, begging, it blocks God's better plan. You see, sometimes the door closed because God shut it. God doesn't need your begging to bless you. He needs your obedience, your surrender, your trust. The problem when you idolize someone and then they walk away, you question your identity, but maybe God allowed that heartbreak to remind you that your worth was never found in another person's hands. That your purpose was never attached to their approval. Stop chasing what's not chasing you. Stop begging for what God already removed. If they left, let them go. If they walked away, trust that it was for your good. God's not in the business of breaking your heart just for fun. He removes what distracts you, protects from what destroys you, and delays what you're not ready for. Sometimes rejection is redirection. Unanswered prayers are divine protection. So stop trying to revive a dead relationship. Stop CPRing what God already, buried. There's better waiting, but you'll never see it if you're out here begging to park in front of the past. So here's my final word. You're not weak for loving hard. You're not broken because you care deeply, but you become powerless when you let someone else dictate your value. Begging for love will always backfire, not because love is wrong, but because you're not supposed to beg for what's meant for you. Real love, it doesn't have to be chased. It doesn't need to be begged for. It finds you in your wholeness, not your brokenness. It shows up when you stand still, not when you kneel for acceptance. You're not too much. You're just misdirecting the passion towards people who were never meant to hold it. You don't need to convince anyone to choose you. You need to become so rooted in your self-worth that anyone who walks away, well, it simply just makes room for someone better. Someone who doesn't need convincing. Someone who sees your value and meets you where you are. So stop begging, start becoming, start healing, start building, start walking like someone who they are the prize. Because the second that you stop chasing what's not yours, you start attracting everything that is. If you enjoyed this video, you know what to do. Smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm, subscribe if you haven't already, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any future videos. And the YouTube algorithm says that you'd enjoy one of these videos right here. So if you haven't watched any of these, check them out. I'll catch you there. Peace.